How's it, guys? Welcome to another session of Eddie Plays Music. My name's Eddie, I'll play the music, and this is what I'm playing. Carry on in our adventures in Advanced Funk Studies by Rick Latham. Alright, where was I? I was in hi-hat openings, which I finished. And I am starting combination exercises today. All right, combination exercises. So I'll be doing 10 exercises all the time, each session, with 34 exercises in total. Okay, let's start at, let's say 120, right? Let's get the faithful metronome going at 120. Let me see how I fare with that. Okay, let's go. One E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and let me see if I can get away with that like that. Okay, that was exercise number 1. Let's do number 2. That was number 2. Number 3. 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and okay. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and and that was number 4. 1 E and E and E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and E and E and E and 4 and E and E and E and 4 and 1 E E and E and E and 4 E and E and E and 5. Whoa, what is that? I don't know what that is. I have not seen this notation before. Okay. Go back to the, let's go to the front and, oh, floor tom. Flip. Floor tom, okay. Exercise number 4 has got a floor tom. Means I've got to take my pen and what have you out of the floor tom. Nice. Let's check the floor tom. E and E and E and 4 E and 1 E and and E and 4 E and 1 E and and E and 4 E and 1 E and and 3 E and okay, so number 4. Number 5. E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and okay, that was number 5. Number 6. E and and E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and okay. And 2 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 E and E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and E and Okay, that's number 7. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 E number 8 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and E and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and okay, it's number 9, number 10 E and 2 E and 3 E and what's wrong? E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and E and E and 2 and 3 E and 2 E E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and E and 2 and E and 4 and E and 2 and E and 4 and okay. Continues we play that again. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and and 2 E E and 4 and E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and E and 2 and E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and E and E E and E and E and 4 and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E the, E and the, and the, E, E and the, E and the, C, E and the, E and the, I'm getting this one totally wrong. And the, E and the, E and the, E and the, and the, E and the, E and the, E and the, and the, E and the, E and the, and the, and the, E and the, E and the, and the, E and the, E and the, $120, $140. Okay, this is combination exercises. Combination exercises 1 to 10 at 120. Combination exercises 1 to 10 at 140. Is this 140? I think this is. Yeah, this is 140. Oh. Okay, that was at 140. Okay, that was at 140. Okay, so I did well there. Let me try 12 to 20. Combined exercises, so 11 to 20. 11 to 20 at, should I try 120? Let me try the 120 BPMs, because right now I'm playing at 1. Okay. What the hell is that? Oh crap, I don't know what that means now. This is something new to me. What does that transcription mean? I don't know what that means. Flip. It's not here. How can it not be here? Oh, what is that? Sure, I don't know what that is. So I'm just going to ignore that. That's 11. Was number 12, that's the last one. Okay, it's number 13. Okay, 14, 15. Sixteen, 17. Oh. Okay, well that's 17. Okay, ooh, 19. Whew. That's 19. Okay, so that was 20. 1 to 20 at 120. Let's do 1 to 20 at 140. 1 to 20 at 120. Now let's do, sorry, 11 to 20 at 140. This is going to be a little bit of a tough one, especially in exercises 19 and 20. Let's go. Let's put up the volume. Let's put up the speed. And I'm using the same sticks as last time. I didn't change. That is not a good thing. I want to change sticks every time. Okay. It's 11, 12. 16. Seventeen. Okay, see if I can, oh, I'm out of time. Okay, on to 17. Okay guys, that's all the time that I have for today. I didn't do 1 to 20 at 140, I did 1 to 17 at 140. I'm going to have to carry on where I left off, 1 to 17, but one thing I noticed is that I've left out the sambas. So I need to, next session I'll be doing with the sambas. Alright, I think I did alright there. I just need to correlate when I'm hitting the floors. I need to move from here to here, or from here to here. Okay, I'll have to figure that one out. Okay guys, thanks for watching, thanks for staying with me, and you've been a wonderful audience. And yeah, I'll see you guys again next time, and stay hip and happening.